Change in supply. Change in supply is due to
Consumers demand.
Yesterday we have done that.
Them increase in price.
Demand is, yeah, there are so many things which influence supply. First of all, price. Then price of the related goods. Then price of the factors of production. Then government policy. Then technology. These things affect supply. So in this, if price remains the same, while any other thing changes, it will affect the supply, and that is called change in supply. So that is called change in supply. So suppose government's policy changes, or technology changes, or price of the other related goods change, then the supply will change. Suppose the technology has changed. The technology has become more favorably advanced. What happens to the supply? Yes, supply will increase or decrease? Increase. Okay. So let's discuss first increase in supply. Increase in supply can happen due to anything except price. Any factor which influences supply except price. So what happens in increase in supply? Suppose the new technology has come up in the market, and due to that the supply has increased. The supply curve will shift to right side, which shows more supply. Right side shift means more supply. So supply has increased, the curve has shifted to right side, and now new equilibrium has been established. Wherever the new supply curve will intersect the demand curve is not changing because we are keeping it the same. There is no change in the demand, there is change only in supply. The supply has increased, the supply curve has stretched to right side. Now new equilibrium has taken place, and this is the new equilibrium point E dash, because here the new supply curve is intersecting with the demand curve. So new equilibrium has been established, and at this new equilibrium 400 may be the quantity. It can be more than 400, 500 or 320, 350, whatever it is, but more than 300. So equilibrium quantity has increased. And what happens to equilibrium price? Yes. Equilibrium price will fall. It will be less. It will be less than 2. Why? Because supply is more, demand is less. Supply is more, demand is less. What happens? This is extra. This is extra. To sell this extra, what happens? Price will go up. So automatically price will fall. Because there is surplus in the market. So price will fall. But quantity has increased because of the increase in supply. See, this increase in supply will affect the demand also. How it will increase the demand? How it will increase the demand? Because price has fallen, so automatically demand will also rise. Price 2 rupees पे आ गया, तो 2 rupees पे तो हम ज़्यादा डिमांड करेंगे ना, तो ऑटोमेटिकली इक्विलिब्रियम क्वांटिटी बढ़ गई. हमारी डिमांड पे इफेक्ट हो गया ना, एक्सटेंशन हो गया, डिमांड का एक्सटेंशन हो गया, जो प्राइस के कारण हुआ. प्राइस हैज कम डाउन फ्रॉम 3 rupees to 2 rupees. ऑटोमेटिकली हम क्या करेंगे? 300 से अपनी डिमांड बढ़ा करके कितनी कर देंगे? 400. दैट इज एक्सटेंशन. तो डिमांड में एक्सटेंशन हो गया और सप्लाई में क्या हो गया? इंक्रीज. तो उसके कारण क्या इफेक्ट हो गया? दोनों चीजें बढ़ गई. दोनों चीजों के बढ़ जाने से इक्विलिब्रियम क्वांटिटी क्या हो गई? इंक्रीज हो गई. दैट इज मोर देन प्रीवियस क्वांटिटी. So earlier the equilibrium quantity was 300, now the equilibrium quantity is 400. Now same is the case with the decrease in supply. What happens in decrease in supply? कोई फैक्टर्स जिन्होंने इंक्रीज किया था उन्हीं फैक्टर्स के कारण डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी पुरानी आ जाए, गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी अनफेवरेबल हो जाए, विच मीन्स टैक्स बढ़ा दे गवर्नमेंट, तो अनफेवरेबल होगी पॉलिसी, या फैक्टर्स के प्राइस बढ़ जाए जिसके कारण उसको बनाने में ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट नहीं हो रहा, तो अनफेवरेबल फैक्टर्स हो जाए. तब क्या होगा? Decrease in supply. When there is decrease in supply, what happens to the curve? Left side origin curve. Now the curve has shifted to left side. So new supply curve has come now, SS dash, which shows what? Less supply. Now what happens? What happens to the equilibrium price? Now new equilibrium price is established. New equilibrium price will be established where the new supply curve intersects with the demand curve. This is this point.
E dash dash.
E dash dash, and at this point the equilibrium quantity is okay, dash dash, yeah, 200, and equilibrium price is more than 3, that is 4 rupees or 5 rupees. So what happens to equilibrium price when the supply is decreasing? What happens to equilibrium price? Equilibrium price will increase and equilibrium quantity will decrease. The same is the effect on demand also. जैसे हमने इस पेज का effect देखा था, जब price increase हो गया तो demand पे क्या effect होगा? Demand contract हो जाएगी. इतनी की डिमांड चल रही, पहले अब डिमांड कम होकर के इतनी हो गई. क्यों कम हो गई? क्योंकि प्राइस इंक्रीज हो गया और हमारी नेचर है कि ज्यादा प्राइस हो जाता है तो हम कम डिमांड करते हैं, तो डिमांड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गई. तो दोनों चीजें, डिमांड तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुई और सप्लाई डिक्रीज हुई. सो बिकॉज ऑफ बोथ द equilibrium quantity has fallen and it has come down to, from 300 it has come down to 200. So this is the effect of one thing, that is either supply or demand. If one thing is changing, then how it will influence the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. But suppose both the things are changing, then what happens? It is also possible that side by side, simultaneously, both the things have changed. How it will happen? Suppose I have increased the supply and you have also increased the demand. I have increased the supply because I have brought new technology. और बाई चांस उस टाइम पे ऐसे हुआ कि आपको ज़्यादा पैसे मिल गए, इनकम बढ़ गई आपकी, जिसकी वजह से आपने उस पर्टिकुलर चीज़ की डिमांड बढ़ा दी. दोनों चीज़ें साथ साथ हो सकती है ना. इधर बायर्स की इनकम बढ़ी और इधर सप्लायर ने नई टेक्नोलॉजी लेकर के आ गई, मेरी तो चीज़ों की सप्लाई बढ़ गई और आपकी चीज़ों की डिमांड बढ़ गई. तो अगर सप्लाई भी इंक्रीज हो जाए और डिमांड भी इंक्रीज हो जाए तब क्या इफेक्ट होगा इक्विलिब्रियम प्राइस पर? तो दोनों राइट साइड को शिफ्ट हो जाएंगे तब. और क्या इफेक्ट होगा डिमांड और सप्लाई पे? इक्विलिब्रियम क्वांटिटी पे क्या इफेक्ट होगा? लेट्स डू दैट. When both are changing, firstly we will see when both are increasing. First situation देखते हैं when both are increasing, then what happens? Okay. Now supply has increased. Curve will shift to
Price.
Okay. it will shift. Demand has also increased. Curve will shift to
Right side.
Now what happens? The equilibrium will take place where the new supply curve will intersect with the new demand curve. So it is intersecting here. What happens? What happens happens to equilibrium level? Equilibrium level is the same level. Price remains constant and equilibrium quantity increases. Your demand has increased 100 units. My supply has increased 100 units. Both are adjusted with each other. No surplus, no shortage. No surplus, no shortage means ना मैं बढ़ा सकती हूँ क्योंकि शॉर्टेज नहीं है, ना आप बढ़ा सकते हैं क्योंकि सरप्लस नहीं है, जिसकी वजह से क्या होगा कि प्राइस विल बी द सेम 3 rupees. It is like the price will be the same 3 rupees. Opposite can be the case when both are decreasing. Then what happens? Both are decreasing. The demand curve will shift to leftward. B dash dash, B dash and B dash. Supply has also decreased. What happened? Shift हो गया. Equilibrium is established here, where the new demand curve intersects new supply curve. E dash dash. Now what happens? Price remains the same because there is no shortage, no surplus. You have reduced your demand 100 units. I have reduced my supply 100 units. Both are adjusted with each other. No shortage, no surplus. When there is no shortage, no surplus, there is no tendency of increase or decrease in price. And what happens? The equilibrium quantity has fallen because you have reduced your demand, I have reduced my supply, and the price is the same. Equilibrium level is the same. Is that clear? Yes. So if both are changing in the same direction, so the effect will be like this. But if both are changing in opposite direction, then what can happen? You have increased the demand because your income has increased. I have reduced the supply because government has levied tax on my production. So I want to reduce the supply. What happens? Contrary situation हो गई. आपने डिमांड बढ़ा दी 300 से 400 कर दी, मैंने सप्लाई 300 से और 200 पे लेके आया. क्या होगा? प्राइस कांस्टेंट नहीं रहेगा, बल्कि प्राइस में क्या इफेक्ट होगा? सोचो. प्राइस विल इंक्रीज बाय बिकॉज सप्लाई हैज रिड्यूस्ड एंड डिमांड हैज इंक्रीज. तो बहुत ज़्यादा शॉर्टेज हो गई, 200 का गैप हो गया, बहुत ज़्यादा शॉर्टेज हो गई. तो प्राइस का क्या होगा? प्राइस विल इंक्रीज एंड सप्लाई का क्या होगा? सप्लाई विल रिड्यूस. तो इक्विलिब्रियम क्वांटिटी का क्या? इक्विलिब्रियम क्वांटिटी का क्या? इक्विलिब्रियम क्वांटिटी विल आल्सो रिड्यूस. ओके. So like that we can make other situations also where either the demand is decreasing and supply is increasing, or supply is decreasing and demand is increasing. There can be so many situations and we can deal with them accordingly. And sometimes it happens both have increased but one has increased more. That is also possible. For example, this was previous equilibrium. Demand has increased. Curve has shifted to right side. Supply has also increased. Curve has shifted to right side. Now what happens? Where they are intersecting? Here. New curve is intersecting with the new demand curve is intersecting with the new supply curve here. What happens? Equilibrium price में क्या इफेक्ट हुआ? Equilibrium price has fallen. क्यों? जब दोनों इंक्रीज हुए तो equilibrium price fall क्यों हुआ? क्योंकि demand has increased a little while supply has increased more. डिमांड तो इंक्रीज होकर के 300 से 400 ही हुई, मगर सप्लाई इंक्रीज होकर के 300 से 500 पे हो गई. तो क्या होगा? सरप्लस हो जाएंगी चीजें. कितनी सरप्लस हो गई? 100. डिमांड हैज इंक्रीज फ्रॉम 300 इट हैज गॉन टू 400. But supply has increased and it has gone from 300 to 500. So how many goods are extra? How many units are extra? 100. And when there is something extra, a surplus, what will be the effect on price?
Reduce the price.
Reduce the price. Opposite can be the case when the supply increases less and demand increases more. View the situation. Demand has increased from 300 to 500. Supply has also increased. It has become from 300 to 400. What happens? Price will increase or decrease? Price will increase. Why? Because supply has increased only 100 units. While demand has increased how much? 200 units. So what happens? 100 cheap units come per minute. There is a shortage. और shortage का effect क्या होगा? Increase in price. There are so many different situations you can draw. Whenever the questions come in the exam on this, you have to read it carefully that what thing is increasing more. If demand is increasing more than supply, then what will be the effect? Shortage. And shortage will definitely lead to price rise. According to you, make the diagram. When there is increase in supply more and increase in supply and demand is less, then what happens? Surplus. Increase in supply is more, increase in demand is less, then what happens? Surplus. Surplus will lead to what? Falling price. Falling price. And accordingly you show with the help of curve and you can explain equilibrium quantity and equilibrium price as well as equilibrium dynamics. So you can draw the diagram and accordingly there is no problem, you can explain also. Whatever is the situation there in front of you, equilibrium price is increasing or equilibrium price is decreasing or equilibrium quantity is increasing or decreasing. There is no problem in the explanation because whatever is shown in the diagram you can explain. And the emphasis should be, when you are writing your answer, you have to, the question generally comes, if the demand increases and supply also increases, but the increase in demand is more than the increase in supply, then what happens? What happens to the equilibrium price? What happens to equilibrium quantity? When you are writing the answer, you draw the diagram, and then particularly, especially by underline, you write the equilibrium price will, whatever is happening to it, equilibrium price will increase and underline it because they want to know that much more. And equilibrium quantity, what happens to that? Is falling or decreasing, whatever is happening, you write that. Equilibrium quantity falls. Underline it because they want to read that much. That equilibrium quantity is increasing or decreasing, or equilibrium price is increasing or decreasing. Those lines are more important, even if your diagram is correct. But explanation, you did not specify these lines. Then your explanation is not good. You have to specify that answer. What is happening to this? So equilibrium price is clear to you now? So this is all about equilibrium price, how the prices are fixed in the market. Now we will be taking main market forms. Equilibrium price is fixed in the market. And market which fixes the equilibrium price is called capitalistic market because in socialistic market the prices are fixed by the government. So there is no need for us to discuss how the prices are fixed in socialistic market because there we have no choice. Whatever price is fixed by the government, we have to pay. So we can only discuss that kind of market where we are free to fix the price. So now let's discuss the market structures in a free economy or capitalistic economy. In socialistic economy, there will be only one type of market. The government is the seller and we are the buyer. And the government is fixing the price and we have to pay. But in capitalistic economy, there will be different kinds of markets. So let's deal with the main market forms. We can stop it for 2 minutes. So as just now I told you that in a socialistic economy there is no need to study the market because government is only there to sell the goods and we are there to only buy the goods. And whatever price is fixed by the government, seeing the welfare of the people, we have to pay. But in capitalistic economy, there can be so many types of market. But first of all, I would like to ask you, what do you understand by market? You all go to the market. What do you understand by market? You all say, let's go to the market. I had gone to the market yesterday. I got away from the market. What does it mean? In fact, yes, in layman's language, market means a place where we are going to pick up our things. That is market. But in economics, it has got a specific meaning. Market means that entire area. It can be small, it can be big. The entire area over which buyers and sellers, these are buyers and sellers, so many buyers, so many sellers. Buyers and sellers negotiate for a well-defined commodity. Maybe we are talking of this commodity. Buyers are ready to buy this pen and sellers are ready to sell this pen, and they are negotiating with each other that the price should be this much, the price should be this much, or the quantity should be this much, the quality should be this much. We are negotiating for the exchange of a well-defined commodity. That is called market. So for example, here in Ojhar, we are buying vegetables, and